I just filmed this whole video already, but the camera wasn't in focus and I wasn't going to do that to you guys.
Reality, sunset beach, I don't need HDTV. I want the real thing, living off a dream. Give me a couple thousands, I'ma jet to Philippines, yeah.
Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and welcome if you're new. Is that what they say? That's what they say. My name's Tiana and today I'm going to be doing some back to school tips that I wish I knew before I started GCSEs that I'm going to apply to A-levels, and basically just back to school tips for those that are working towards exams, right? So it's very versatile. Wherever you are in the spectrum, you can probably use these tips. So let's get started. I did already film this video again and I'm sorry about the camera quality. I'm just getting used to filming on my camera, and it's not actually like a filming camera, it's actually more of like a photography camera. So it's a process, and I hope that it's in focus right now, because if it's not, I will literally scream because it doesn't even have a viewfinder. No, it doesn't. Okay, let's get started. So my first tip is to always sit at the front of your class. Hear me out, cool kids. I know you guys think it's cool to chill in the back, but are you actually benefiting from that? No, I think you're not. I think you need to sit in the front. Personally, for me, sitting in the front has helped me so much. I sit in the front of all of my lessons. Yeah, it makes me look like a bit of a geek, but do I care? No, because at the end of the day, I will be getting those grades that I need to get. If you have a set seating plan and you can't choose where you sit, just talk to your teacher, explain that you learn better in the front, and there is no reason why they won't let you sit in the front. If they don't let you sit in the front, tell them that I said that you can sit in the front, and there you are. Boom, they'll let you sit in the front, okay? Personally, I think this is really helpful. You can always see the board, especially if you're a short yelly like me, or not even that you're short, you're just surrounded by tall people. It's hard to see what's going on. It's hard to pay attention. Especially if you're struggling with that subject, ask if you can move to the front or sit in the front if you're allowed to. Never leave a lesson without understanding what's going on. Right. Always ask when you don't know. That teachers do this thing where they're like, okay, can I move on? Does everybody understand? If you don't understand, you say you don't understand. It's not about ego anymore. Sorry, babe, this is about your exams. You need to be serious. You can't just be like, oh, I don't get it, but like, I'm not gonna say anything. Then how do you expect to get it if you're not going to say anything? Come on now, boo. You need to be like, does anybody like have anything they want me to go over? You need to be that girl that's like, yeah, girl or guy, obviously. I'm just saying it. You know, girl is non-binary, non-gender, whatever you want it to be. That's just the word I'm using. But yeah, you need to ask if you don't understand, like, in all seriousness. Not many of other people are going to understand either, but they're just too pussy to put their hands up and say they don't understand. So you be that guy that's going to help everyone and be like, I don't understand. Okay, ask for help. It doesn't have to be on the board. If you don't want them to go through it on the board, just ask them to come over once they set the work and ask for help, or da 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 da. But you need to help yourself. Asking for help is helping yourself, if that makes sense. That came across really rude. If you're shy, I get you. Put your little hand up after she's done, like in front of the whole class, and be like, I don't understand. And like, everyone else will low-key be listening, because the chances are of everyone understanding and you just not understanding are very low. Number 3 is have a revision timetable. There's this app called Adapt. If you don't know, then get to know it. GCSE and A-levels, you can put what you're doing in there. It has the whole what's it called, specification in there, and it will set out what you need to do each day. If you just like put what exam board you're with and what subjects you're doing, it sorts everything out for you. Tells you what to revise every day, and if you don't do it that day, it will move on to a different day. I like it. I have it on my phone, but I feel like that's just not really me. I'm more of a flexible revision timetable sort of girl. So just base it around your actual school timetable. Whatever you have that day, just revise when you get home. If you're in A-levels and you get free periods, revise in your free periods, and then at home you would have already done your you can like chill because you would have already done your revision. But yeah, so set yourself an hour of what you did at school, at home, or half an hour depending on how busy you are, depending on how strong you are with that topic, you know. Go over what you did at school. You can do whatever you really need to. Also, just get a whiteboard, like a little whiteboard planner, because you can always change up. You don't need to have a crisp, perfect revision table. Obviously, if you're more organized and you like to have that structure, then you do that, but like you can also just change it about, but just make sure that you are revising basically. Don't just wait till the day before a test to revise. Make sure you're doing little bits, and make sure you revise for those little like, I don't know, the little end of chapter tests and stuff like that, because then you already have revision material you can just go over, and your concept of that subject, or like little sub part of that subject, will be more good because you've actually worked towards it, rather than just wait till the very end, till like the mocks or something. So don't be that guy that waits till the mocks. Do little bits of revision as you go. Okay. Number 4, organisation. This is key. If you're going to do good in GCSE and A-level, you need to be organised. You can't afford not to be organised. You can't afford to not have all the stuff you need. I'm talking about equipment. I'm talking about folders. That literally is equipment, but like, you know what I mean? Like, make sure it's organised, and don't just organise it in a way that your school tells you to. Do you know what I mean? Well, obviously organise it in the way that your school tells you to, but for me personally, I prefer exercise books than folders, but A-level's telling me to use a folder. So what I'm doing is I'm using an exercise book, and once I finish a whole chapter, then I'm going to put it in my folder, because I always go back. I always prefer to have everything in a book. Like, I just don't know, like, so, but like what I mean is, like, if you know you're not going to learn well one way and that's the recommended way, just like speak to someone and be like, I know what works best for me and that's not going to work, and I'm doing it my way, if you know what I mean. And also just be organised, like with the revision timetable, allocating your time. Make sure all of your school stuff is like in nice one neat place. Make sure it's not scattered everywhere. But you need to make sure to be organised and productive. Something I was at GCSE, I was really organised, but I wasn't productive. You need to be both. So I'm just putting that out there. Just because you're organised doesn't mean you're actually benefiting yourself because you haven't done any work. You need to be organised and do work. Do you understand? I hope you do. Next point. I feel really rude and bossy, but like, you came onto this video for a reason, so I'm giving it to you straight. 5, have a specific study area with no distractions. My study area is in my room, as my desk is in my room, and I can just shut off everything, shut my door, shut my phone off, and sit here. Sometimes I prefer to go downstairs, you know, a bit of natural lighting, change up the scenes, but make sure it's somewhere where you're not going to get distracted. I live in a family of 7, so going down to the kitchen isn't always ideal because everyone's in and out there all the time, and that's a lot of distraction. But where you can, just try to get rid of distraction. Ask people not to come in to wherever you're like studying. Obviously don't take the busiest room in the house, because that's kind of like, come on now, you know. But just make sure you are really putting in effort and get rid of your distractions. If you're someone that checks their phone every 3 seconds, even though you know no one's messaging you, you just do it to make yourself feel happier, stop doing that. It's kind of embarrassing. Stop doing that. Joking. That was kind of aimed at myself. I need to stop doing that. But I know someone does it too, so we can stop doing that. So put your phone away. You can have it by you if you, but like, you know yourself best. So if you know you're gonna go on your phone, put it in a different room, put it downstairs, upstairs. If you don't have it downstairs or upstairs, just put it somewhere else. But if you know that you can like have it there and not go on it every time you hear a ding, just put it on silent. Do you know what I mean? But also make sure you're not revising for big periods at a long time, because your brain is just gonna like shut off. It's just gonna get a bit overwhelmed. Well, at least mine does. Like, so I'd say you can revise for 45 minutes straight and then take a 15-minute break, etc, etc, switch it around to whatever suits you. But make sure your break and study ratio, the study is obviously going to be like bigger. Like, you just need a little break to like clear your mind or something, you know. Next is rewards for studying and prioritizing. So rewards for studying, you could like have your book, you put a little smartie when you get to a specific paragraph. You can give yourself a little sweet, a little smarty. That's just going to continue, like a little bit of an extra push, a little bit of extra motivation. Doesn't hurt anybody. You can just go with that, do that, be that. My camera keeps just shutting off. I don't even know what it is. Like, it's really annoying me. But I'm gonna have to get used to this whole thing. But what I was saying was, you need to prioritize work over socializing. Obviously still socialize. I'm not telling you to not have a life. I'm telling you to only go out to unnecessary things like a party or something once you've done your work. Okay? That's really important, and I hope you're listening to that. I hope you listen to that. You don't go out unless you've earned it. Yeah? Hello? Use all of the resources your school provides. Yes, that textbook is really big. Can I talk? Yes, that textbook is really big, but they're not going to give it to you unless it's helpful. There are loads of mini things that you can miss out on, those little summary pages. You can just copy that out in your own condensed notes, and there you are. That's a flashcard. You can just use YouTube. Oh my god, I know for GCSE and A-level sciences, Sean, free science lessons, he's really good. I find that he goes over everything. TL maths I've been recommended, I don't use, but since I started A-levels I've been told to go on TL maths, so that might be useful for you. That Mr. Bruff, Mr. guy for English, like, you can find so many different things, like crash course, like so many different things on so many different topics that's gonna help you, and you should really look into that. Use all of your resources. YouTube is literally the biggest platform. Loads of people are uploading videos all the time. I'm pretty sure you can find one that has something to do with what you're doing and that can cater to your sort of like learning needs, you know. But print out your specification and use it as a checklist. If you don't know how to find it, ask your teacher to do it for you, you know, like, put them to good use, you know. They're your teachers, they're there to help you, you know. So ask them for some help for that, and you can use it as a checklist, and obviously you're going to know exactly what you need to do, because that is literally the exam board telling you what you need to do. You won't then spend time on something else that's not even going to be in the exam, or that's not even a big deal. The last tip, I don't know what number we are on because I merged some together, but make sure you look after yourself. Yourself is the priority. At the end of the day, you're doing all of this education and stuff to better yourself, but if your mental health is not right, then that is the priority. You need to look after yourself. Make sure you don't overwhelm yourself. Make sure you don't like stress yourself out too much. Make sure you de-stress, whether that's taking a walk, doing sport, doing different clubs that you do, reading a book. Everyone de-stresses in different ways, like a little pamper night, going out shopping, a little retail therapy, you know. Daddy's money. Checking pa. Not gonna take your money, okay? But yeah, make sure you're just making sure you stay happy. Allow yourself to have off days. Everyone has them. Don't be too hard on yourself, but at the same time, don't use it as an excuse not to do work. But you know yourself best, and you know when you need a break, you're gonna take a break, because it's overwhelming to say the least, and you deserve a break every now and then. It doesn't have to be every single day getting 9,999. Like, don't be discouraged, you're gonna get there, but the grades won't come if you don't put in the work. Loads of it is effort and work, and you have to put that in. If you don't put that in, then don't expect to get good grades. If sis next to you is getting 9s and she's telling you she didn't revise, she's lying. She's revising. Do you know what I mean? Don't listen to everyone that's like, oh, I didn't revise, blah, 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 blah. Because I would get bad and I'd be like, I didn't revise, and that's believable, right? If you're telling me you got an 8 and you didn't revise one bit, why are you even doing that? Why? Don't be that guy. Don't be that guy. But anyway, that's not what this video is about. So I hope you found these tips useful and can apply them to this year of learning, or your next years. I don't know what years you are in. This is more like, I'd say, for year 9, 10 to year 13, I don't know. You can just apply it wherever you want to apply it, whatever. But yeah, those are my tips, and I hope they really help. You actually need to apply them for them to work. Oh, sorry. You actually need to apply them for them to work. But love you guys. See you in my next video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. And subscribe. Subscribe. Okay, I was really rude and bossy in this video, and I'm really sorry to come across with those negative vibes, but I just needed to give it to you straight because you clicked on this video for a reason, and you are gonna boss up and make this year yours academically. Period, queen, you tell them. So, goodbye, I love you, have a good day. Social medias are always in the links below, and so are different petitions you can sign, and I love you and goodbye.
I was hanging with you and then I realized I didn't think it was true. I was surprised when I found out I'd fallen for you.